Women were not just concerned with winning the right to vote. They were among the earliest organizers in the workplace. The women who worked in the textile mills of New England in the 1830s, some as young as 10 years old, working brutally long hours for a pittance in wages, began to organize and conducted one of the first labor strikes in American history. One of the mill girls, Harriet Hanson Robinson, years later recalled her experience in a strike in Lowell, Massachusetts.
At the time the Lowell cotton mills were started, the factory girl was the lowest among women. In the eyes of her overseer, she was but a brute, a slave, there to be beaten, pinched, pushed about. When it was announced that the wages were to be cut down, great indignation was felt, and it was decided to strike. This was done. The mills were shut down. The girls went in procession from their several corporations to the Grove on Capitol Hill. One of the girls stood on a pump and gave vent to the feelings of her companions, declaring that it was their duty to resist all attempts at cutting down the wages. This was the first time a woman had spoken in public in Lowell. The event caused surprise and consternation among her audience. My own recollection of this first strike is very vivid. I worked in a lower room where I heard the proposed strike fully, if not vehemently, discussed. I had been an ardent listener to what was said against this attempt at oppression on the part of the corporation, and naturally, I took sides with the strikers. When the day came on which the girls were to turn out, those in the upper room started first, and so many of them left that our mill was at once shut down. Then, when the girls in my room stood, irresolute, uncertain what to do, asking each other, would you? Or shall we turn out? And not one of them having the courage to lead off. I, who began to think they would not go out after all their talk, became impatient. I started on ahead, saying with childish bravado, I don't care what you do. I'm going to turn out, whether anyone else does or does not. And I marched out, and I was followed by the others. As I look back on that long line that followed me, I was more proud than I have ever been at any success that I might have achieved.